Go.
Go. Easy. Oh, let's go. Okay. I'm just going for one. He had to give it his home back. He was like, yo, I needed this weight. It was too light. It was too light. All right, say the ABCs. So easy. So he's up to answer some questions right now?
What?
Post squat, answer it right away?
Yeah.
First of all, what's your name?
Sid Mascardo. What's good?
So plug yourself. You got Instagram, whatever, plug yourself.
Yeah, it's just my name, at SIDMASCARDO. That's it.
So tell them about yourself. I know enough. They might not know. I mean, they probably clicked. You want me to turn this down? Do you want me to turn this down? Is that why you looked up?
Okay.
Okay, I got it. So they clicked this video because we had some numbers in there, some squat numbers, some body weight numbers.
Yeah.
But tell them a little bit about yourself first and foremost.
What's good? Sid, I just been powerlifting for like a little over 2.5 years.
That's
I'm a
it?
personal trainer.
2.5 years. I want to make that. I want to say this as well. That's incredible.
Yeah,
2.5 years.
since January 2015, that's when I first started. And my numbers were actually like relatively low, like in comparison. But yeah,
What'd you start at so they know?
Oh, 275 squat, 245 bench, and 315 deadlift.
Wow.
So that's normal.
And now your best is
550 squat, 590 deadlift, and I'm not proud of my bench because it's not over 300, but 295. So
That's fine. See, this is it's all relative though, man.
Yeah.
But I think it's amazing like that you're able to
Yeah.
the body weight. Like your body weight is.
that squat.
yeah, I'm 163 right now.
And, okay.
California record.
I just want to put this in perspective. I'm gonna stand in here real quick. Okay. How tall are you?
5'7",
5'7", 165.
5'10" through the camera, like
Dude,
let's high key.
I'm about 6'3", like 250, maybe 249 right now. But like this is where my working weight is. This is probably it.
Yeah.
And he's literally like, how much less? 100, almost
100,
100 pounds.
90 pounds.
And
Damn.
I mean, I'm not at all. He's strong as hell.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to show perspective to show you guys that like, not everyone out there. You don't have to be 6'3", 300, 250, 260 pounds to squat this much weight.
Yeah.
So I guess we want to ask you because we want to teach them. Because everyone saw me squat, they saw me talk about stuff, but I want to hear from you, different person,
Yeah.
how you've done this, how have you accomplished this?
Really, I just quickly adapted to training smart. That's the only thing.
Smart.
Yeah.
That's something I don't do. You guys have seen me squat girls and on segways. Not smart. That's not really training, by the way. It's just internet like flair.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Really, I just surrounded myself with colleagues who are really adamant about mobility and functional strength and biomechanics, and then that's really where I started being passionate for it, because my whole focus as a trainer is mobility and functional training. Because as much as I want all my clients to get stronger, I care about the longevity of their body more. Making sure their muscles and bones move the way they're supposed to move, their joints are healthy, and everything like that. Because for one thing is you can lift heavy, but not a lot of people focus on their CNS recovery or their muscle and bone recovery and anything like that. You know what I mean? So.
But what about what about big arms?
I'm
kidding.
Bro,
No, I'm kidding. Okay, so you say you're 25?
24.
24.
Yeah.
Okay, so 24 years old, squats a hell of a ton of weight. Like this is, I know what this feels like. It's not light by any means. Even if you're a strong guy, it's not like, oh, that's light, toss that around.
Yeah.
No one tosses this around. The fact you lifted is amazing. Now, teach them, teach us, teach me. How did you get here though? Like, what do you think you could attribute being strong? Because you hold the record, right?
Yeah.
The California.
California junior and open record at 74 kg, so 163. My record is 230 kilograms, so 507. But right now I'm aiming for worlds because I think I can get it. So.
I own all the world
But
records.
you hit your PR in this gym, right?
Yeah, I
550,
hit
right?
my deadlift and squat PR at this gym. Yeah, for sure. Because right there, that rack.
That rack, that's the holy rack. No, I've seen him in here working, and I'm glad we're doing this video now because strong as hell.
Yeah.
But teach them.
Yeah, 3 tips or something. Like
yeah. So, I guess the question I have is everybody gets to a point where they hit a plateau, and no matter any circumstances.
Yeah.
What do you do to get past the plateau?
There's different things. I think if they hit a plateau, one, if I think the question that you're asking me prior is that their squat mechanics might not be fully correct. Like they might be emphasizing something that they're not, or they're not utilizing something. And I was talking to Kevin about it, how like I'm kind of completely against wide toe squatting, and then
He
like
means like this. He means toes out like this.
yeah.
Versus like here. Okay.
It might take me a while to explain, but basically like you are using your hips and glutes more, but then you're sacrificing ankle stability at the same time. So really you're only squatting from the knees up rather than from the heels up.
So these are things no one really thinks
Yeah.
about. And the gym bros average, like I've never thought about this stuff. I'm just like, I just want to get stronger, lift
Yeah,
more weight.
exactly.
So when I get a plateau, I'll try and figure out like what's my weak point. So how do you figure out what's your weak point? And how can they figure out? Like how can they know?
Oh,
Let's say
yeah.
like how can they know? How can they find it?
For one thing, if they want to know if their squat form's like on point, I think the best thing to do is just like ask somebody. Like, you know, I feel like a lot of people are scared to or very reluctant to ask somebody like, oh, how's my squat form, or was it good?
Yeah.
Or they might be around like even in environments like, oh yeah, that's good, bro, that's solid, man. Or you know the whole like when they're squatting and then like their arms are touched. Okay, let me point this out real quick. You know how?
No, go ahead. I like this. Go ahead.
You know how like if you like spot someone from the back and then you're holding like this and then your arms like touch like basically right here, like their back, and then they're still saying, oh, it's all you. Or when they bench and then their fingers are touching and it's like, oh, it's all you. It's all you.
It's not all you, bro.
Or they're like, oh yeah, I'm only touching the bar like this. Like, okay, you're only touching the bar like this, but explain to me like the transfer of kinetic energy. You know what I
It's
mean?
a big difference.
Yeah,
It's a big
exactly.
difference. I'm glad you pointed that out. That's
Yeah, like that's like my own thing. But I think the best thing to do is
We don't do that here at the zoo. Just want you guys to know.
Yeah.
We don't do that.
For sure. And I think the best thing to do is just like, you know, ask somebody, like how's my mechanics, or you know, if whoever you look up to in terms of like squatting, just like ask them like, hey, what can I do, you know, in terms of like
send them a
fixing
video.
my
What
form.
do you
But
think?
yeah,
Shoot a video of yourself.
fuck, just go on my Instagram. Like that's really it.
Check them out. So this one thing I think that's really important. So they can get a video of themselves, send it to someone that they look up to, or
Yeah, exactly.
get real advice from someone. Like,
Yeah.
because I think it's very easy for you to think you're doing something right, just because most people don't like to be like, oh, I'm doing this wrong. Like, and I was one of those dudes where like,
They're
oh no, it's
afraid to
good, it's
admit
good,
that
it's
they're
good.
doing something wrong.
And then once you have like a video or someone shoots a video and you're like, oh, it looked like that. Like, you don't know it until you see it.
Exactly,
So
yeah.
have someone just shoot a video of you, see how it looks. Is
Yeah,
it full depth?
sure.
Are your knees buckling in? Like, but you have to find those things to figure out like, okay, what do I need to change to
Exactly. Yeah.
give them an example. So let's say their knees buckling. What do you think they have to do? Because a lot of people have this problem.
Oh, that's hip valgus. Oh my god, I can go forever. Like a lot of people have hip valgus. That's natural biomechanics. So the reason why a lot of people say their knees cave in or their back goes in snap city is because their body knows that their weight is like this is heavy. So they're gonna go like whatever their natural mechanics is to leverage that. So even though it's incorrect, they're gonna still like do it. You know what I mean?
Because they're used to it.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
used to it. So in terms of hip valgus, if you want to talk about it, what they're taking away is external hip rotation. So what they're doing is that they're deactivating their hips and glutes and only using their quads to push it up. That's why their knees cave in, so that your quads can take
So
over.
how do they fix that? Tell them how they fix that.
It's really just like practicing good form, you know, just, you know, if you're always having hip valgus, like drop the weight and just practice that proper form. Really, it's all muscle memory. That's what you really want to
But
start
what about
focus
the
on.
girls in the gym who are watching me squat that I need to impress? What about them and I drop the weight, then what happens? They don't like me no more.
No,
the point is,
you
I'm
just
making
gotta
a
drop
joke,
the
guys.
ego, man. Like,
That's what it
really
is.
Yeah, you gotta drop
That's
the
it.
ego. You know what I mean?
You gotta
Like-
drop it, let it go. This is a good
Yeah.
point. These are super valid things.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
That's the thing, is like understanding where you're actually at and not like,
Yeah.
I get it, you want to be somewhere, you want to be strong, you want to be better. We all do. But it's like, where am I actually at? What's actually going on? Because if you don't understand that, there's no way for you to be like, okay, here's where I'm at. You can't keep trying to go somewhere without like, especially if you plateaued, like figuring out where you are right now. If you don't know where you are right now, you don't know, okay, do I need to get my glutes stronger? Do I need to get my hamstring stronger? Do I need to get my quad stronger? Do I need to get better ankle stability? Do I need to get whatever it is? If you don't know where you're at, there's no way of being like, well, what's wrong? What can I fix to get better? Because that's all it is. Like, as you get stronger, you're gonna notice that certain body parts, like for me, my glutes and my hamstrings develop way quicker than my quads. So for me, the thing that will slow me down in the squat will be like my quad strength from like down in the bottom, right? So if I don't understand that, I won't know, okay, I need to get my quad stronger. What exercise can I do to get my quad specifically stronger for the squat? You'll never know that to be like, okay, I need to do that to make progress to keep going. So that's essential.
Yeah,
is knowing where
exactly.
you're at, like videoing yourself or
Yeah,
asking
completely
someone.
agree. Yeah.
One more tip.
Oh shit, I don't know.
Because how do I want to know how I'd be 160 some pounds and so I want to know this, bro.
I think if someone's like squat form is good and then they reach a plateau in terms of like the weight, then they have to change their strength regimen.
Yeah.
Because I think what a lot of people like are surprised about that I only squat once a week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
and then
But that
yeah,
works for you.
because the thing is like, why does frequency like lead to like having a stronger squat? You know what I mean? It's all
squat
about
once a year.
yeah, it's all about
Once a year.
it's all about corrective progressive overload. You know, the correct percentages and everything like that, and maximizing your rest. You know, because the thing is that like we're being very explosive. You know, when we're squatting.
Absolutely.
You know, yeah. You know, our heart rate goes from like 120 to even like 200, like just by like one rep. You know what I mean? So. You gotta utilize that CNS recovery, like for sure. Especially if you are also like deadlifting and benching and whatever like heavy lifting you're gonna do.
What you're also saying though, along with that is sometimes like people just straight up need to change their program.
Yeah.
But the thing that I'm going to talk about this
Yeah.
for a second. I think a lot of people never really, in the first place, have a program.
Yeah.
I think the first thing they're just like, I'm just going to squat. And I'm
go
going to squat a
heavier.
bunch of times and try and go heavier every time. Because I was that kid. I swear to God, man. I was that 18-year-old that was like,
Yeah.
every time I squat, I'm squatting more.
You try to max out every
And
time.
I
huh?
can plug something in. I do have like a program. I made my own, like I call it power building. It's not power lifting. It's because the accessories are
Yeah.
hypertrophy. So yeah, and I've only been running my own program for a year. And it's not because like I wrote it myself. It's because I don't want to think about myself. I think I'm my hardest critic. So
Yeah.
if normally this percentage is like 3x6, I'm gonna be like, nah, you could do 4x7. You know what I mean? So
So you think a certain, like what percentages do you follow then?
I follow different type of percentage. I think a lot of people don't understand what strength charts is. You know, I would say, for example, 75% of your 1 rep max is 12 reps.
Yeah.
But then some people can say, oh, maybe 78, and that's because there's different formulas to calculate what your 1 rep max is. So there's different ways to progressive overload, you know, and then it's not just your rep scheme, it's also your sets and everything, and how you like your weekly frequency and everything like that, you know.
So if I'm a gym bro, average gym bro, and I want to get my squat stronger, and I've never followed a program, because a lot of guys out here can probably relate to that. I know I can relate to that at some point. What's the ideal thing to start with?
Yeah, what's a good bread and butter?
Okay, like if you're a very beginner,
a 5x5?
I would honestly say a 5x5 is good. I would honestly say one lift 531. That's like
531?
yeah, that's something like very easy, very feasible. It's a 4-week program. My program, like beginners have gone on it, but I didn't design it for beginners. I designed it for intermediate advanced lifters. And it's a 5-week program for 10 weeks because you have to run it twice. But I only squat and deadlift once a week, and that's it. And then I've been running it for a year, and I got from a 463 squat to 550 in a year. So I mean, that says something.
Yeah, for sure. You think it's crazy because I've never ever I mean I have at some points, but briefly for like 2 months.
Yeah.
I've never really like trained
For strength.
for a strength program.
Yeah.
Like I've kind of just lifted. Do you think if I'm just a gym bro and like, yo, I got a 300-pound squat and I want to get a 400-pound squat, what is that? What would those percentages be? Because I think a lot of people have like a 300-pound squat.
That's
How do you go to 400? Like,
that's very tricky because that can like, yeah, because again, there's different types of training. Some people might go on a 4-week split, 8-week split, 12-week split. So it really just a matter of like progressive overload. You don't want to just go, all right, I'm gonna go like 300 for 10, then let's go for a 1 rep max of 400 like next week. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you don't want to make those crazy jumps. Like, you know, be smart with your training.
Don't do it
yeah,
like me.
Strongman 5x5 is like the easiest thing. I think the 5x5 percentage is 85%.
That's
And
what
then-
I followed.
Yeah, and then you just increase it by like 5 to 10 pounds like,
Every week, right?
Yeah.
For what? 4 weeks? Eight
I
weeks.
think so. I think 8.
So I want to
For the most
simplify
part.
it for them. So basic, just to give you guys some basic stuff to follow if you want to follow it. 5x5. Increase it.
1,
Yeah, 5x5. Do it like what you said. Increase by 5-10 pounds a week.
Yeah, exactly.
Just keep it simple. I think if you tried that for like 2 months, 3 months. I know I've had kids come in here and tell me that's all they've done. They squatted and they squatted like increments. They added 5s every time they squatted, or like 2.5s. And next thing you know, like the kid is stronger in like 3 months, and he just literally did it every time.
Yeah.
And I think that's something you guys could try. Like literally just put 2.5s or 5s every time you squat, like your top sets, and then just keep coming back every week and doing it. I think that's the best way to do it. Just to give you some basic information to like go and start.
My program high key, you know what I mean? So
So out here trying to look at him.
try to plug myself in.
Plugs,
You know what I mean?
plugs. Okay. What else? What else do you think is relevant, Kev?
I think that's it. Or
Yeah, like I can go on.
what about like like, I guess it's what's kind of like their goals, you know, if they don't care about squatting. But obviously, if they care about like squatting heavier weight, then like they're watching this video. What do you think about like rep speed?
Rep speed?
Yeah.
Oh,
do you
like,
do as fast as you can, or do you do like,
yeah, I think you should, like, the whole time, you should treat every rep as if it's your 1 rep max, because you want to wake up your CNS into like that muscle mechanics. Yeah.
It's that thing of like when you squat, at least is what I think about.
Yeah.
I think about like controlling it down and exploding up, like in control every single time.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all, like mentally I'm thinking about, not just going up and down. I'm thinking about coming down and like coming up as fast as I can.
Exactly.
Even when the weight is 600 pounds and you're like, you're not gonna look as fast, but like that's the thought, is that explosion.
Like you want to get your body to have that type of like muscle
Every
memory, to
time.
be explosive like the whole time, yeah. And you want to like have your body brace. I think that's a lot of people
For sure.
don't do too. Is when they unrack, they only squeeze their glutes when they should squeeze like the whole body. I don't know if you saw, I don't know if you recorded, but I do this swing. And it's not just because like I just do it, but the moment I stomp my feet, I brace my whole entire body, because the moment that the moment that you unrack this weight, the weight's on your back, so you want your whole body support rather than just your glutes and your quads. You know what I mean? So you want that even distribution of weight going through your whole body.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
damn sure. And I want to bring back one more thing, right? The point right before that, which is trying to do every rep like it's your last. Trying to do every rep like, when I say your last, like your max.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
a lot of people warm up and they're just like, oh, bar, oh, a plate, like this is easy. This is what I do all the time. And it's just kind of like you have that like lackluster, just because you're doing it. And then you get to the hard stuff and then you're like, now I'm serious, now I'm gonna go hard.
no.
But your body's kind of like, whoa, I'm not really like on that gear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So
So
you
every
didn't let me
time,
know.
I'm for sure, this is huge actually. I think a lot of people don't do this.
Yeah.
To be in that gear from the first set, basically. And yeah, then you two can be, what, 130 pounds? I'm sorry, I keep messing with you.
120. No.
Man, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, right?
But it's amazing, man. It's amazing what you've done. I appreciate you training
thank
here.
you, bro.
It's good to see you here all the time.
Hell yeah.
He's here all the time, like legit, training hard as shit.
all the time.
In the morning, right? Yeah.
Usually in the morning, yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I'm in here, I feel like you're in here. Maybe I'm not in here enough. That's the thing. I'm in here every morning though. No, every afternoon.
I'm here about like 3 to 4 times a week.
Yeah, training hard.
Yeah.
But no, I appreciate you
Oh, thank you, man.
for sure. Yeah.
Yo, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yep.